I've decided to make a short film. This video right here is the first of many videos that I will do that will tell the story of everything about this short film from beginning, middle to end through pre-production, production, and post-production. These are my vlogs. These are our little journal entries out into the void where friends, family, colleagues, anyone, random strangers can see what this film is from behind the scenes and understand what I'm doing to try to make it come to life. There are plenty of things telling me why I should not make a short film. I don't know enough people. I don't have the money. I am too young. I don't have the time. None of those are false statements. Not all of them. For the time being, I'm a college student. I'm an English major at Hillsdale College, a small liberal arts school in rural Michigan. School is 1,200 miles away from home. I don't know enough people. Being isolated out here in a town of under 10,000 people, it's hard to make connections with other filmmakers, especially since there are so few of us on campus. I don't have very much money. Most of what I earn goes right back into paying for food, rent, and tuition. And I am young. Most of my cast and crew would be older than me. And as for the time, I spend most of my time reading books and writing papers. How could I ever have time to make a film? But this summer I did some thinking, and I have a lot of time to do thinking. I work as a groundskeeper in my hometown of Colorado Springs. Well, what if I could make a short film without spending a big wad of cash? What if I could find people online, find people in my area, or use my mutual connections to pull something together? What if I decided to carve out some time to shoot it at home during one of my breaks? In short, what if I stopped doubting myself and began believing that art is possible? The film is about a grieving woman who embarks on this unexpected road trip in the middle of the night in this attempt to console herself and to escape her grief. There are two other primary characters in the film, Jeremy, her husband, and Jeff, a kind stranger she meets along the way who helps her when she needs it. The film goes into some dark territory, and sometimes I feel self-conscious about that. I'm afraid someone's going to ask me, well, why would you want to write about something like that? And I don't really have a good response to that, except that this is life, this is reality. And if I'm going to faithfully represent reality, which I think I should because that's the whole point of art, then I ought to encounter that. It's a very simple film, and it arose because I wanted to shoot something in the mountains, and I wanted to shoot something in a car, and I wanted to shoot something about grief. I took one small step at a time. I wrote the script that had been rolling around in my head for months at that point. I started showing it to friends and getting some feedback. I posted on a few social media Facebook groups to see if anyone in my area would be even interested in collaborating. And I got some responses. My friends liked the script, and I heard from people online, people I'd never met, that yeah, they might be interested in talking to me about my film. Maybe making this movie could actually happen. So I kept pursuing it further. I posted on Actors Access and Casting Frontier to see if any other actors would be interested in filling the roles. And I got about 30 responses for 3 roles. I rented out an audition space, and I got people who came in and met me, and I got people who sent me self-tape auditions from hundreds, thousands of miles away. It was an incredible experience to know that if I put myself out there, then this film really could get off the ground. So after the auditions, I had the difficult task of narrowing it down to just my 3 actors who would star in the film. So the momentum began to build. I selected my actors, and they told me they loved the script. That was fantastic. I was overjoyed. Maggie Alexander from New York City. New York City! Oh, I'm so enthused with this. New York City. She's from New York City, and she's coming to Colorado in December to visit her family, and she's going to act in my film. Shane Walker from Colorado Springs will play Jeremy, and Brad Lund from Denver will play Jeff. I workshopped the script. I rewrote it and I rewrote it. And all of that affirmation felt great. But really, I think it was just confirmation that I really did want to make this film. And more than that, I was confident in the material. I knew that it was a story that I wanted to tell, and I thought that I had the ability to tell it and to tell it well. And I've continued working on the script. I've continued to work on pre-production, and it's a difficult, tricky thing to do when you're a full-time student with an on-campus job, do pre-production for a film. But every Thursday, I've been going down to my favorite coffee shop / bar, get a beer, and sit down, write contracts, send emails, and get ready for the shoot. In the meantime, I've decided to set up a Kickstarter. Now, this wasn't in the original plan. The original plan was to shoot it with all of my own resources. And that still is going to happen. I'm still going to shoot this film regardless of how the Kickstarter does. The Kickstarter is an opportunity for friends and family and colleagues to invest in this film, invest in me, invest in my future. Now, this will help pay for crew and a cinematographer especially to help make this project really come alive visually. And it'll help pay for travel and food for cast and crew. These things are going to happen regardless of whether or not I raise the money. But this will help push us up a little bit and give me a little bit of breathing room so that the production really can be the main focus, and I don't have to sit here and worry about whether or not we're going to have enough pennies to pinch and squeeze by. So this concludes week 1 of my production vlogs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.